I don't know about you, but I'm quite a fan of the Incredible Hulk. The Incredulous Hulk. The credible, ink-edible Hulk. The Incredible Gulk. The gulk. That's blowjob noises. I didn't intend to go that way with it at all. Ooh, imagine trying to give a blowjob to the Hulk. Seconds into pressing record. And I'm talking about blowing the Incredible Hulk. I should have saved this for the Christmas special episode, shouldn't I? Jingle bells, suck the Hulk's penis. Oh, fucking hell. Jesus Christ. Sometimes this kind of thing happens and I hit stop and I delete the video and I reset the thing and I press record again and I go, hello, I don't know about you, but I'm quite the fan of the Incredible Hulk. Oh, speaking of the Incredible Hulk that I'm quite the fan of, here's the latest issue of Nick Klein's Incredible Hulk 7 is with the art by Nick Klein on the Incredible Hulk. Oh my god, the Ghost Rider's fucking him up with a gun. Oh shit. Fucking shit. I wonder that. Why don't more superheroes just get shot to fucking pieces? Like, they'll have the Hulk getting shot because they know he can absorb shit. Iron Man, I guess, because they can ping off of his armour. Spider-Man can dodge the bullets because he's like basically in the Matrix. But they don't have like... I mean, I say this reading like 2 comics a year. They probably have loads and loads of comics where superheroes do get shot and it actually matters. I know Spider-Man got a fucking eye pulled out once upon a time. That was pretty gnarly, wasn't it? Oh, let's find the words. Oh, look, it says cunt. It'd be funny if it did. Oh, this looks like it's lettering, but like it says K-A-A Kaku. I don't know if it's supposed to be lettering or not. Oh, he's on fire. There's a fucking grenade. Oh my god. Clink, crink. That must have been an incendiary grenade, because typical grenades don't explode in flames like that. I learnt that. I mean, I always knew grenades in real life aren't as spectacularly as explosive as they are in like video games and films and stuff. But I happened to recently watch a few videos of like, let's throw a grenade at a porta potty. Let's throw a grenade at a fucking bike, at a stereo, or whatever. They just like, these munitions guys just toss grenades at stuff and you see what they do. And more often than not, it's just like a which is almost underwhelming. It blows the fuck out of whatever it's being put into, which is, the job of a grenade. I wouldn't suggest sitting on one, for instance. Unless it was penis-shaped, in which case, go ahead. Fucking, if it was Hulk penis-shaped. Sorry, I've gone blank and I can't even remember looking through the first few pages of this. I don't even know what the fuck I've been doing the whole time. But yeah, so if you throw just as a regular grenade, it's not going to go in flames. But there may be incendiary grenades, which, as the name would suggest, they explode in incendiary, which is fire, I think. What the fuck does I know the word incendiary is like. See if we can work it out before I Google it. Incendiary. Incense. They're hippie grenades. They explode in a waft of fucking incense. I can't think of the incendiary. Designed to cause fires. A person who starts for it. Incendiary weapons, incendiary devices, incendiary etymology. Where the fuck does the word come from? Incendium, incendiarius, from the Latin origin incendere, to set fire to. Oh, so it's nothing. I thought it was like, I don't know. I don't know. Shut up. No, look at that. The fucking ghost. Pretty cool flame drawings. I've got some flame drawings on the go at the minute that I'm a little bit like, see, because I'm working on this Dark Judges commission. Finally, I teased it a little bit some time ago. I'm finally happy with like my composition and stuff. And I drew these inks in with just paint, because I just felt like I'll just paint it because it might feel a bit better than drawing it. And I quite like that, so I'm happy I did that, because quite like the texture it's got as a base to paint on top of. So yeah, Judge Fire here is going to be encased in flames, not dissimilar to Mr. Rider here, there and everywhere. And so basically this is going to be orange. It will be really bright white to yellow to orange here, and then it will like fade into and then fade down, and should be quite a cool one. It'll take quite a while to paint, I think, but should be quite cool. And trying to make him look like he's like flaking apart, particleization, particle physics, like in a video game. God, I'm all over the place today, as opposed to usual times where I'm not. I've held on this page for fucking forever. He's smashed his bike apart, but then it's gone back together magically, like magic. I really like this drawing. I think that's really neat. I love the small drawings, always. I love the little drawings, and that's a really good little drawing. Touch that kid, I'll put you in the ground. Kid, I don't know you even know who you're. Blah! Blah, blah. Oh no, they're shooting at that weird homunculus thing from before with the mask. I like the mask. I like the eyes. They're quite cool. They've got sideways pupils like a goat's eyes. Black eyes. Sideways eyes like a goat's eyes. Like Jaws, but not. Ghost Rider's fucking him up. Grabbing him by said mask. Grab you by the face. Scrape it along the ground. That hurt. Ooh, God. Yeah, probably did hurt. You're one of hers. Where's eldest? Man has no place in the garden. Yeah. That's pretty funny. Somewhere along the way, this guy got a spear through him. I don't know how, where, or when that happened. Maybe I should read the fucking comics. So he gets grabbed and scraped along the ground next to... and shot. Shot through the fucking... maybe that's where most of the blood's coming from. Grabbed, shot through the neck, back maybe, scraped along the ground, and he's there like, that's a really nice corpse sort of pose. I know it's not a corpse, but yeah, that kind of dead body looking pose, that's a really good one. Similarly, where it's cut off here, I learned in graffiti there's almost two kinds of like graffiti, because there's graffiti painted on walls and then there's graffiti painted on trains. And if you paint on trains, the nature of that sort of gives you a floor, so it cuts off at the bottom, so everything you do kind of sits on the bottom of the train panel, which is cool because that means that's a whole part of the piece of graffiti you don't have to draw, because that's taken care of. Whereas on a wall, you have to design it as like a full 3D thing. Whereas if you're designing your piece for a train, it's just letters that sit down, so you almost don't have to worry about the bottom. And that's similar to that. That's how I think when I see stuff like this. Is you don't have to draw the ground and the body interacting with the ground and like stones and grass to make it look like it's on the ground with stuff in front of it. You just cut it off and it's taken care of. So that's something. But that's so fire grabbed and then shot already with a spear through him, dragged along the fire, and so he gets up, pulls the spear out, makes a leap for the Hulk like he's going to slash his fucking face apart, give him a Chelsea smile across his fucking green mouth, and then the Hulk just goes, grr, stupid, takes the spear, fucks him up, like he fucking explodes from that spear. The Hulk being the Hulk. That's like in, is it the first Avengers film? Where he grabs, I think it's Loki, and just fucking smashes him. I think that's the only Avengers film I've seen. I watched some of Age of Ultron and was like yawning halfway through and gave up because I don't care. Yeah, it looks like that guy's thing is fucking dead. They've got his mask. Shoot at me again. Being dead won't save you. Pap. I like little catching noises like that. Pap. Pap. There's a comic. It's a manga. Me and my friend read in college. My friend being something of a pervert, a self-professed pervert, and he loved all these mangas that were just like schoolgirls being horny and that sort of thing. And there was an incident in one of the mangas. I only read it because he showed it to me. He was like, "Oh, you got to read this. It's amazing." Where like a girl is carrying her laundry and she bumps into a guy, and the laundry goes everywhere. She's got to pick it up, and it's embarrassing because it's her underwear and stuff. And there's a pair of her panties on the floor, and she goes to get them, and then the guy goes to pick them up at the same time, and their hands touch, and the sound effect is just the word touch, which I thought was quite funny. That's stuck in my memory for some godfuck reason. Touch. And what better sound effect than that? Can you really, touch? Do you know what's a good sound effect? Let me find it. It's actually a really good one. In this comic that I have here is this one where the Mountain King goes, or the supposed Mountain King is, "Insolent fool, you dare defy the rule of the Mountain King!" And then he's looking on it, it's just wind noise. Because if you write like whoosh, it sounds like really fast. And if you write like woo, it sounds like a ghost. So I just put wind noise. Because then, you get the idea. Yeah, let me explain my process of why I fucking did something bullshit. Your Harley's badass, man. Don't have a cigarette, do you? Huh? Oh, no. Figures. That's kind of cool. That's a pretty cool scene. I like this, like, winding down scene. There's, it's pretty much full-on action from the start. Motorbikes and guns and fighting and... Pap. You're all this badass, man. You don't have a cigarette, do you? Hey, doll, you don't have a cigarette, do you? Huh? Oh, no, And he goes, fades away. Figures. Wind noise. It fits, see? Oh, God, something's happened. What's happened to him? He's oozing black shit out of his face. He dropped his fucking can of whatever. Shit. Fuck. Fucking shit. Fuck. What the goddamn. Some kind of... oh, it's a horse. I thought this was just its head, like eyes and a mouth. Which, I mean, it's a mouth, but... no, that's its eye. There's its nose and mouth. It's a horse. Oozing out of the floor. All this black ooze shit. People talking, whatever. give a fuck. Did he just... Oh, in the previous issue, there was that guy who had like visions of him killing people, and I think Hulk just had one of him smashing that girl's spine, obliterating her backbone. And he's just gone, huh? The fuck was that? Ooh, I like that. A nice like hand-inked, hand-painted panel amongst the computer-painted ones, computer-coloured ones. Don't know what the fuck's going on. Run! Oh, his eyes, he's leaking black shit out of his eyes. No! Oh no, he hit the fire. What's going on? What's going on? Oh shit, is it the Horsemen of the Apocalypse? It's come back. The War Devil has come back. That's fucking cool. That's a cool drawing. I'm just looking at it, just admiring. I like the spikes coming out of his eyes. It's almost like Ryan Otley drew a thing. Is it a bicornuclops or something? Where it's like a unicorn, but he's got horns where his eyes should be like two horns instead of a single horn. Oh, that was quite cool. So that's that. And I also have these. I've got all but one of the full run so far, which I didn't intend to do. I picked these up because they were all on the shelf at the same time, and I thought, well, why not? It'd be silly not to. I'd seen some of the art posted online, and I was like, hey, it looks pretty fucking cool. And got a few of them, and I was like, it's actually pretty fucking cool, so let's hang around. And then you get to issue 4, and the cover's really cool. He's fighting Swamp Thing, or Man Thing, I guess, is the Marvel equivalent or whatever. And then you go, oh, it's a different artist. And then there's this scene, which is just... And then issue 5 was then also drawn by... I keep wanting to call him Travel Forward. It's something like that. Travel Foreman. No, basically that. So I didn't get issue 5. But I got, all the good ones. And I wanted to look through them for a reason. Because that's what I'm doing. I'm drawing the Hulk today, as you can see. I'm drawing the Hulk. Or I plan to. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just sit here looking at the comics for an hour and go, oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, the Hulk. Oh, wow. It's so... Fuck it. Oh, remember this bit. This guy fucking mutates. Cracks backwards. Really, really nice, like, body horror stuff. His ribs almost, like, cracking and coming through his chest. His skin flapping onto the floor. Wasn't there... I swear there was, like, a more in-depth transformation scene. Maybe I imagined it, I don't know. That was a cool Hulk transformation scene. Oh, Banner's mine. Oh, that's a good one. Basically, someone's commissioned me to paint the Hulk, like based on this Nick Klein series. So this version of the Hulk with the long hair and such. I need to blow my nose. My apologies. I know it's terribly vulgar and unspeakably disgusting and lacking in decorum. But fuck you, I gotta get all the snot out of my nose or it's gonna drip onto my cock. I'm thinking I might go with something like this. Like, I'm basically looking for Hulk drawings to steal. I really like this pose. And I like the big bit, small bit kind of thing, and him tearing out of his clothes. So I might commandeer that. I think I even know what the word commandeer means. I believe it means to steal for your own use. Sometimes in like you commandeer a vehicle, like the army would commandeer officially take possession or control of something, especially for military purposes. Yeah, you commandeer this vehicle for the army, which is a little bit shit, isn't it? Really, that's a thing. Oh, we're going to commandeer this vehicle for our official army use. You mean steal? You're going to steal my, for instance, car, so you can use it. But it's army business. Yeah, get your own army vehicles. The amount of money that's spent on... I don't know when the last time the army commandeered anything. I think it only happens in films. I'm glad. I'm not always glad when the image that's used on the cover is just in the comic. I do prefer when comic book covers are their own original artworks. But in this case, I'm glad that this image is more fully represented. It's not even in the comic, or is it? Yeah, it is. I wasn't sure if it was like coming next issue or whatever, but no, it's part of the next in the part of the, and it's on the with the in the all over the. Yeah, it doesn't have all this shit around it, so I can see it a bit more clearly. So I can copy it a bit more clearly. Very handy for me. Hooray, bloody me. Oh, that's a good one as well, with the zombies all over him. Oh. Excuse me. Look at that, what a shit drawing. Why is that in a comic? It's fucking nonsense. Bunch of bullshit. I think Nick Klein would do well doing like a cosmic horror, Lovecraftian sort of Cthulhu comic. I mean, this is basically one in itself, isn't it? He doesn't need to, but it would be cool to see him do like a full-on Cthulhu, Lovecraftian, cosmic horror sort of comic. Just to see him draw loads of more tentacles and monsters and shit. That's that good shit, innit? Yeah, not necessarily anything too cool in that one. I mean, there's a bunch of cool shit in that one, but it's a bunch of shit, innit? Bunch of shit. He's got the thing in him. Maybe in the last issue that I did, in the one issue I don't actually have a copy of. That's when he got speared. Maybe. Come on, Hulky Hulk. And that's a good transformation also. I love this bit where he's like tearing out of his own face. Boom, slam. Do you ever play Toe Jam and Earl? Panic on Funkatron on the Sega Mega Drive. When there's bits like mini games in between some of the levels where there'll be a person with a boombox, and then you've got to copy the moves they do, and it's like boom, clap, slap, and you press like A, B, C in the right order. Like the person will have a boombox and it will be playing music, and then they'll be going like boom, clap, boom, clap, boom, boom, clap, slap, boom, clap, and then you've got to do that like A, B, A, B, A, B, B, C, A, B. And that reminds me of that. Boom, slam, boom, boom, slam, blam, boom, slam. Like a Hulk version of Funkatron. I like his toes. Look, his little human toes. Me in the mornings. When you've got to get up and actually do shit for the day instead of just lay in bed for the whole time. I mean, there's a bunch of cool like poses and shit. That's a cool pose. Hey, it's on the front cover of the thing. So yeah, I might have to make a commingling of images. Take this basic pose, but I might want his face a bit more visible, so I might have to like skew the angle a bit and make his body a bit more forward and prominent. Have one leg bursting out of the thing and one leg not so bursting out of the thing. When I say the thing, I mean his trousers. I like these legs. Lots of creases and stuff. It would be too easy to just draw the leg and like the lines and the shapes of like the ankle and the heel and stuff. But then it would look like a very bare drawing, as a lot of skin can do if you draw it close up. But then you add in like these creases and stuff and the hatching for the shadow, and just adds its texture in it. And the texture he's got around his jaw and his mouth and eyebrows and shit. It's texture. It's all about the touchy-feely texture. Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special Original Soundtrack by John Murphy. Available on vinyl. That's timely. But I know a lot of people like collect it and shit, so it's fucking fine. It's whatever. I'm not mad that they're selling a fucking Guardians of the Galaxy vinyl. I'm sure it'll sell really well. They make a lot of money from it. And bloody good for them. Hooray for money. Hallelujah money. Jesus bloody money. Now the client and I had discussed that they should pay me more money to paint this picture bigger, because it's the Hulk and he sort of, you know, deserves to be a big guy. So I'm going to draw it on an A4 bit of paper, but then his arms and shit will come off a little bit, and then I'll transplant that. Transplant or supplant? Is supplant a word? Supplant. Supersede or replace. Domestic production has been supplanted by... so no, not really supplanting, because I'm not replacing anything with anything. I'm just transferring one thing to another. What's a synonym for transfer that I can use to sound clever? Transfer synonym. What's a synonym for synonym? Move, convey, shift. Shift isn't particularly grand. Relocate. Resettle sounds a little bit like colonisation sort of words, doesn't it? Hand over, parcel, and makeover. Assign, seed, supersede. Supersede isn't there, but seed is there. CEDE, which reminds me of the word supersede. And what does that mean? That means to take over something, I think. Supersede. Take the place of. Also, supplant. Yeah, replace. So not. I'll draw the thing and then I'll transfer it to a bigger sheet of paper and then put some background elements in there and all the fucking thing and a thing and a thing. Some emphasis on the hair. Maybe his head needs to be a little bit smaller. Big fucking hulky boy. Some curve in there. I don't like to use construction lines. I've said this many, many times, but like if you draw the head and then you go, well, if I draw it in like a box and then do the thing, they're gonna go like this, and then the eyes here and the nose there. I hate doing that. I like just going, this is the head, and then refine it like as I go. But I do like to use centre lines a lot. I'm saying this now because I think a lot of my podcasts, especially of late, have just been me going, oh, I was at the post office and a funny thing happened. Let me tell you about it. And I realised maybe I should actually talk about art and the creation of such and drawing and stuff. So now I'm repeating things I've said in old episodes. I like centre lines where you go, this is the curve of the chest and the sternum and the tummy. And it all goes down over the penis, all the Hulk penis. You know, as you do. A fist here. There's a funny little hand, isn't it? It looks like it's coming out of nowhere. It's just like, oh, what's that fucking little hand doing there? It's fucking silly, isn't it? Oh, Hulk smash. Doesn't even look like Hulk. Hulk doesn't have a big sticking out jaw like that, does he? I do like the hair. I'm sort of trying to copy it without copying it, but I'm going to just copy it because fucking whatever. I might have even drawn it too big. Imagine that. I swear I've got bigger paper somewhere. I might not. I might have just been telling lies. That's tracing paper. But that's good paper. I don't want to use my good paper. What I usually do, I'll stick 2 bits of this together, and then that's bigger paper. I feel it necessary to do that now. That's all part of the thing, isn't it? It's not, you don't always, it's not always fucking. Where's my little tapey tape? I've got some little Scotch tape somewhere. I think I will need to. I sort of half planned to, prior to Christmas, have like a tidy up, and then after Christmas for a week or so I'll be going to see Sam, another trip to Wales to hang out, and then when I come back my place will be like tidy and fresh, ready to start the new year. But that's not gonna fucking happen, because why would it? Why bloody hell, there's my Scotchy tape. Why is Scotch tape called Scotch tape? Okay, Google, why the fuck is Scotch tape called Scotch tape? I don't actually care. I was just, oh god damn, don't you hate that? You gotta peel the tape and just one little fucking bit comes off, and then you've got to like strategically peel it at an angle so it. I can't even get the. I can't do it. You've got to like get it at an angle. But oh god damn it, it's not working. See, because now it's. Oh, there we go. Okay, right. It was safe. Oh god, just got a fucking gash taken out of it. I'm a professional artist. Come and see. Come and watch me do the arts. Right, now, do I draw it again, or do I trace that? Because I quite like the basic pose, but I fear that if I try to draw it again, I won't get it. I fear if I try to draw this really complex collection of shapes that I won't be able to get it in quite the same manner as previous. Oh, should I draw his mouth like that? Like Charlie Brown screaming mouth. Oh, I won't actually do that. That would be silly. Hair. I feel like now I've drawn it even bigger. Yeah, it's quite a lot bigger than. Well, not quite a lot, but it's a bit big. I don't know what I'm doing. Right, let's focus. Yeah, another little caffeine tab. Right, focus. Let's focus. It's in Hellboy 2. We must focus. Yeah, I don't think you're saying that word right, pal. Hey, pally, pal. For fuck's sake, shut up, you. Right. Hulk. This is how we draw fists. It's how we very poorly draw fists. And then you go thumb, fingers, and it's basically a fucking fist, isn't it? Right, anatomy. This I shouldn't have drawn the face like that because now that's all I can see is stupid big Charlie Brown head. Oh, God damn it! I'm trying to draw it differently, but it's just looking exactly the same. Right, I think trying to go big may have been a bit ambitious. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's one of many the problems. I like the stretching like tit as well. It's kind of neat. Should add in the shirt also, like the torn shirt. I've now got mad villain, mad caps, all caps, mad lib villain in my head because of the animation I did where he bursts out of his shirt. That's all it takes is me to do one thing that reminds me of a thing, and now it's got that song in my head. Hey. Speaking of songs in my head, so there was if you were one of the cool people that watched my 2.5 hour epic painting video, there was a handful of people that I'm very grateful for them, because there was one point in the video where I had which I knew it. I thought at least it was some wrestler's entrance music, and I couldn't for the life of me remember which one it was. And then later in the video, I do recall, out of nowhere almost, that it was Chris Benoit's music, and that was a whole thing in itself. It was quite funny that it was his theme song out of all the potential theme songs it could have been. But there's quite a few people commented saying it's Chris Benoit's entrance music. But then I don't want to say like, watch the rest of the fucking video. I know it's Chris Benoit's music. I figured it out. I need you to tell me, you cunts. But then I think I did say in the video, leave a comment if you know whose it is. So I really have no defence for being mad at people just trying to help me out and tell me it is in fact Chris Benoit's entrance music. And I'm not mad. Like I say, I'm very grateful to the people. But then I'm also kind of in two minds because it's like, are they helpful people or are they just the sort of people that are like, they think I'm stupid and they know something I don't, so they feel it necessary to comment and tell me, Ewan, you fuck, it's obviously Chris Benoit's music. Duh. But then no one said it like that. That's just me fucking projecting and shit in it, obviously. It's funny when I've done this with some people I've drawn, or I've taken photos of them from like a low angle, and I don't really notice it at the time, but like I notice when I go to look back at the photo for reference, and this just happens with the head being what it is, like this. But then if you go to a low angle, the nose is here and the eyes are here, and it just sort of looks kind of funny. I mean, maybe it doesn't look hilarious as a drawing. It's like a cartoon drawing. You see cartoons like that all the time, so it's not really that outrageous a thing. But when you see that on like a human face, I don't know, it's funny to me. Shut up. It's not that funny. It's a little bit funny. Also, yeah, trying to draw the Hulk face like this while still for me, one of the big things of drawing the Hulk is that I've gotten wrong plenty of times, and I've seen a lot of other people get wrong as well, is for me, there's the prominent brow is one thing, which is sort of, you can kind of leave it out without it being too much of a problem. Get the nose quite high up, so it's not like a long nose, and then you want to have quite a large upper lip, almost like ape-like, and then obviously his big Hulk jaw, and quite a small upper head. To me, this is obviously not perfect, but that's generally like the Hulk facial features. And it's this upper lip that is a large part of that. Whereas if you do almost the same thing, but if his nose is like a little bit too low and his bottom lip isn't as prominent, it doesn't look as Hulk-like. It looks more just like a regular, like, goon. That I know that word sort of means something different now, actually. Like, it looks less Hulk-like and more, yeah, like hired muscle. So this long muzzle, I don't know, upper lip, whatever. I guess the Thing has that as well, with his very, very similar shaped sort of nose almost, and a long muzzle and a big jaw. And that's something I'm kind of proud of myself, because when I first wanted to draw comics, I had the issue of like not really understanding how to build a face. And this is, me at like 12, 13 or whatever, having no real knowledge of anything at all. And because I couldn't grasp this sort of thing, I couldn't make faces look similar panel to panel. And so I almost gave up wanting to draw comics, because I figured, well, I can't draw the same face of the same character between panels, so I'm not going to be able to draw comics, so I won't even bother. And it's only, I feel like fairly recently, I've more, not fully, but more gotten to grips with that sort of thing, where it's like, if you're going to draw the Hulk, he needs these certain features, and as long as you've got those, you can kind of blag the rest of it and it will look like the Hulk. Especially if he's green and big, then, it will look like the Hulk. So then trying to apply this to this angle head, this head angle, whatever, Kurt angle, fucking something. His nose is here, his eyes are there, and you're trying to give him a long, but you don't want to make it like comically long. Oh, hey, what's going on? But it's got to be not a short upper lip. It's a difficult one, man. Shit's tricky. It's tricky to draw a Hulk. That's right, on Culk. It's tricky. It's the Run DMC song, obviously. And I want to draw his hand, because I feel like if I was going to draw this, I would draw this hand like this. So if this is his wrist, his hand's sort of coming downwards. These are his knuckles. And then his fingers are like doing that. Or something, rather than going up. Which, obviously both are good, obviously. My one is, good. Almost just as good as professional comic book artist Nick Klein. And I don't know if I'm doing it very successfully, but I am trying not to outright steal or copy the image. But then I am maybe somewhat, at least marginally, mildly becoming known for doing comic book copies. I've done quite a few now. A couple of whole pages. I realised not only have I done that Dread page very recently, the 2.5 hour epic video, but also that Sin City page that came out really nice, the black and white blam 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 one. So a few full pages, a few covers that are straight copies. So I don't think it would be too out of the question for me to do almost a straight copy of this Nick Klein Hulk. But with a few sort of like, you know, where this is really curved here, this is really rounded. If I was going to draw it naturally, I do this. I go angles, fucking angles, make angular, and have the hand up here quite angular, coming down with the fingies, and then also the way it's painted, because I definitely will take the two-tone lighting. You can see the reddish underlighting. I'll definitely adapt that into my own method and means, fucking whatever. Oh, Hulk smash! I also like doing the psycho face of like an eye like this and then an eye like this, like, oh, that's a good sort of psychopathic, I don't know, almost like a shorthand for somebody looking psychotic. Given, you know, it's like the Forrest Whitaker, like one half closed eye and then one like wide eye. There's just something off about that. It's a good psychotic kind of looking fucking thing, isn't it? I want to put more like holes in the torn shirt. Maybe make it sort of like almost like an explosion of material. So it's actually like stretching and coming apart. And then similarly with the trousers. And that's a sort of trick I've learned as well, is for tearing material, is to do just like that. So, I don't know, I can't think of a good sort of example. I don't know, if this is a thing with material on it, and you want the material to be here, these are material creases, but then coming apart here is just to do like this is basically a big circle, and this is basically a big circle, and then smaller circles as you go in. Maybe this isn't a perfectly done example, but I think it sort of gets the point across. And then, you know, you get the idea. It looks like kind of torn material. And that's another sort of shorthand. Just quickly do that and it will kind of look like torn material. Or you can take a more nuanced approach and really put time and effort into it. But what do we say all the time? What's our mantra? Minimum. Oh, that's an E, not an F. Fucking minimum effort, even when spelling words. Trying to muscles, man. There's too many of them. There's too many muscles in the body. Surely we don't need all of them. Do away with a few at least. I'm sure this isn't accurate, but fucking whatevs. And then this hand, what's this hair doing? That's not bad. Like little doodle for a few minutes, isn't it? Certainly does come across as Hulk-like, Hulk-esque, Hulkeen. I'm not sure what I want this leg to be doing. I'm not, similar to this, I'm not fully keen on the angle of this leg and foot. And again, my go-to is just to do the legs as wide as fucking possible. So evidently that's where I'm leaning. Where would this arm go? Yeah, that just seems about right. I'm also not sure if I want a fist or if I want this hand to be doing this kind of thing that I do on every fucking... Or how would I do that better? You know, to be like this. Not great examples, but again, you get it. It's all good. Fucking shut up. I feel the need to do some colour on that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get the Poscas, colour it in. Just this isn't. I mean, the basis of this might be used in the final commission, but I want to do more than just a really rough sketch. So I'm going to colour it in a little bit and make it at least somewhat presentable. Which, I mean, if I do happen ever to get into comics proper and they start hiring me, if anyone ever starts hiring me to do like real life professionally published comics, I probably will need to get used to doing slightly more finished roughs and compositions and stuff to send to the editor. Because if you do a cover, not always, but I think typically you do a few thumbnail sketches, send them to the editor, and then he sort of okays one of them. He says, yeah, this is sort of what we're going for, so do this one. And if all of my stuff is just fucking trash doodles, that's not good. Gotta have some kind of professionalism, sadly. And then you have to start putting in effort, and like my minimum effort mantra will no longer hold water, as they say. But I'll keep it up as long as I can. I'll keep doing as little as possible for as long as possible. And then surely I'll get a job in in comics. Which again, I'm not saying is necessarily my goal. I think, if anything, it would just be nice to have a bit more of a set paycheck. There is some security that comes with that. Maybe not loads, you know, but if you do some work in comics and then you get up there and you start getting more regular work, then it might become a thing where there is almost a sense of security in fucking whatever. Fucking shut up. I've no real world practical knowledge of what I'm talking about. Just fucking shut up. But this looks cool. I like the shapes. that I've stolen from Nick Klein, so that's, that's all good, isn't it? I'm sure all of you, or at least a large portion of you, I know, do follow me on Instagram. I'm sure you saw my post office, the story I told about lending someone a pen at the post office. I basically turned that into a comic, which ended with, the real thing which happened, which was everyone at the post office praising me as if I were some kind of Jesus figure, because I did literally save the day by having not just a pen, but many, many, many pens. And that's what actually happened. Everybody clapped. That's the meme, isn't it? That's the thing. I drew that thinking like, that story might work as like a little comic. Swipe through on Instagram, panel per panel, panel per panel, panel by panel. And it might work as a little thing. And then I drew it and I was about to post it and I was like, this isn't funny. This is shit. So I genuinely thought like, I'll post it because I don't really have anything else to post. I've got to keep my engagement up. And if it does, like, I'll give it an hour. And if it gets like 12 likes, I'll just take it down because fuck it, I'll just pretend it never happened. Which rarely happens, but it does happen occasionally that I will feel that way about a piece and actually get rid of it because fuck it, why not, whatever. But then it seemed people really liked it, quite unexpectedly. So I left it up. It would be funny to do that and then delete it anyway. Even if it gets loads of attention, loads of engagement, it brings loads of people in. But then just say, do you know what? Fuck it. Delete the fucking thing, who cares? I don't know, it might be funny. But that made me think, not to be too capitalist about it, but that made me think, well, if people like that, I could do that more. What if I did a whole book of, like, post office antics and adventures in comic form? But I thought then, like, I'd have to build some kind of larger story, or like the story itself would have to build into something bigger. Like, it could start off, just go to the post office, and then, I become a regular customer and I get to know people. But then something happens, and then other things happen, and it'd be a whole fucking thing. But then I thought, well, it doesn't have to be that. It could be a series of individual tales at the post office. Some could be like even just one panel. I did a drawing of I have to be the most gangster motherfucker at the post office. That could be one page in itself, and one individual little thing. And then there could be some that are a couple of pages, some that go a bit longer, 8, 10, 12 pages, like telling a story through comics about the post office. And also, I'd throw in like a bunch of stuff that's clearly made up. I can't think of any examples right now, but it's fairly obvious where I could go with it. Just like, oh, and then the terrorists attacked and I saved everyone, or I didn't save everyone. I got out for myself, and then I dove behind the desk and I put the information into the computer for the addresses, for the packages I was sending, and then I got the stamps and I put them on the envelopes and I got them all into the postal bag, and then I snuck out the back because I just had to get the packages out to my customers. Something like that, I don't know. Yeah, just make shit up. But then I could make shit up that's like, why would you make it up? Because that could be true. Because some of it could be clearly made up, but then some of it could be made up, but could be the sort of thing that happens at a post office. And then some of it is just true, boring stuff that happens at the post office. Well, that could be, I wouldn't do it for 200 pages. Or maybe I would. But I think for a mini book, for a little book of maybe 150 pages of or maybe not 150 pages, 80 to 100 pages or so of post office antics. Because, as sort of almost silly, but not really that silly as it sounds, like the post office has become a part of my life as an independent artist. I'm there very regularly, shipping out packages to people, drawings, paintings, books, magazines, comics, things. So it's only proper, really, that... Well, not only proper, but, I mean, it may as well be a thing that I sort of put into the art a bit more. Do you know what I mean? Of course you know what I mean. I'm not fucking speaking in riddles, am I? It's all fairly straightforward. I think maybe with that, I did think I might, as I've wanted to do for quite a while, I might look into making a book collecting my funny drawings. My short comic strips, individual, just funny sketches and stuff. And I'd call it the funnies, because that's what you used to call the, or in some places they used to call the pages at the back of a newspaper that have all the comics and stuff. That was called the funnies, I think. And so this would be my version of that, where it's all just my most hilarious pieces of comic and drawing artwork. So stuff like the post office comic I did the other day. I don't know, stuff involving farts and penises. When I draw men, I draw them like this. When I draw women, I draw them like this. That sort of thing, yeah. Throw it all in a book. And this is one I think it doesn't need to be the grandest fucking thing ever. So I could get that done at the printing place near me at relatively high quality, or as high enough quality as it needs to be. And that's a lot of what I'm thinking at the moment in terms of getting stuff done. Is just how easy is it for me to do, because I don't have the energy to do I mean, my minimum effort mantra may seem lazy, but it comes out of having very, very little fucking energy to do shit these days, which I'm working on. I am for all of my no effort, I am putting in effort to trying to be able to put effort into stuff, if that makes sense. But times do change, where at the start of my artistic journey from 2020 of doing art full time, maybe I burnt myself out. I produced so much in such a short space of time. I think it's only natural that not that comes to an end, but it slows down a bit, because I can only produce so much at such speeds. Got to give myself time to fucking chill, But I also have to pay the bills, so it swings and roundabouts, isn't it? Double-edged sword, catch-22, fucking whatever else, all kinds of other bullshit. Give a fuck. I'm kind of making a lot of this up as I go. I'm not 100% sure on where the fuck these lines are all supposed to be going or coming from. There's a Cotton Eye Joe reference in there somewhere. I'll let you make your own. I don't need to hold your hand through that. I'm also thinking of I don't know, because as I spoke before about doing the 12-hour 250th episode and then possibly taking a break from the podcast for a while, I may, the idea in my head at least is to maybe after like episode 240 or something, just jump straight from there to episode 250, because fucking why not? I do what I want. And then have 250 be the 12-hour episode, and then take a break for a while, like earlier than it would have come naturally. Just because I do feel like I'm getting to a point where I need to take a break. I don't know. I literally just sat quietly colouring this in for like 15 minutes, not saying anything. So that, hence the sharp cut, which isn't outrageous. I've done those before. It's not out of the question. But I didn't think it necessary. I mean, maybe that's something I could do in the if I revamp the podcast, instead of doing cuts like that, I can just speed up the video, add some music. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Anyway, I'll put out something for Christmas. Maybe, I don't know. Christmas is a bit of a shit, isn't it? So maybe I won't. Maybe you can all go fucking shut up.